This session is session 14. Last session, I titled "We Will Burn the Bridge When We Get There." Too
Hell
big
yeah.
for our bridges. It's funny. Pun intended. I thought it was funny. But nonetheless,
It is funny.
The 16th of light, 16th of the month of light, was last session, and it's towards the mid part of the day. With Birdman, Cotton, towards the end of the day, sorry. Birdman, Cotton, and Strike are keeping watch below in the tunnels that have been created by Strike, hoping that no more undead and spiders rise. Cotton and Arrow stay close to Althea and the remaining Drow twin, who is obviously very distant and shocked by the death of her sister Adira. During his watch, Strike prays and meditates about his course of action and what his spirit guardian Chiton might do. Kind of gets a general vibe of kind of trust your action, but understand that Adira's soul may be hard to command. In the city, Setch rests and Mel prepares her apartment and office to kind of deal with the drama of the children and Strike and Eros and whatnot. On the next morning, the group is kind of split in their different ways, with most of you being down in the tunnels and then Setch and Mel at their apartments. We start with Mel, who's finishing packing her apartment, and there's a rapping at her door. She goes around to the side of the house to kind of sneakily peek through the window, and it's abnormal for her to have someone come to her door. Her address isn't something she gives out very much. It's usually she goes meets people elsewhere in the city. She sees an elderly human with an armed escort. He looks very impatient and eager. Some sort of noble, as best as you could assume, a new client. Upon inviting him in, they kind of discuss a job that he introduces himself as Altapar needs done to find and bring back Eros for him. Mel is able to roll a couple good deception checks to keep up her guise that she doesn't already know Eros, and is paid a very large gemstone in kind of, prepayment, I guess, for Eros's capture. Mel agrees to meet up with Altapar in 4 days, and if nothing else happens between then, at least to just kind of confer information. And the wizard kind of goes off on his own way, and Mel returns to Eros and Strike, informing them of Altapar's implication, and that he believes, as best as the information he's gotten, that Eros has killed his wife and has disguised herself and is trying to take over the house. And yeah. Satch finds himself at Pio's favorite spot at the 10th house around the same time in the morning. Swarmies. It's the picture you guys are on now, is where that is. He shares information about Eros and informs Setch of how Altapar, the Keeper of Secrets, is making moves to kind of assert himself as the first human binder lord of the 10th house. Although it is a diverse house, it's always kind of been led by the Vutori, and the percentage goes back to, there's some of the first people who killed the Tarask were part of the 10th house that, established its kind of control a couple hundred years ago. They discuss kind of using Eros as bait to lure Altapar out, because he's kind of sequestered himself away from Pio, so he cannot rip his throat out, as he quoted. And Setch then leads Pio to the tunnels to kind of confer with Eros. Meanwhile, the children with Eros and Cotton and Birdman and Strike are traveling through the tunnels to try to get north out of the city to Gormonger, the powerful druid you guys know that might be able to resurrect Adira. Um, you come to a part of a part of the tunnels, which is this naturally formed kind of spiraling ramp structure that was made by this older underground river waterfall situation that's since dried up. And an odious and rancid smell kind of assails your senses, rot beyond thought or reason is kind of like creates this like fog within this cave system. But Strike and Birdman are able to lead you guys closer, worried and curious at the same time as for what this might mean. And you, Birdman's using primeval awareness at this time, senses undead rising throughout the city, clusters of them closer to where you guys are. And the Strike kind of leads the party onto this junction, knowing that the grace of Goremonger is kind of needed. During this walk, Eros shares her story with Althea, and Cotton kind of backs up some of the statements there, trying to get Althea out of her kind of shock in some ways. Althea, the young druidess, she and Drow is worried for her sister's body and it becoming undead. Eros kind of tells the tale of her village being destroyed, kind of at her own blame as she tells the story. And we'll kind of switch back at that point to Mel and Such above. It kind of just happenstance convened with each other at the tunnel opening, and they find drow, dwarves, and humans of the 12th house investigating for hidden tunnels that they've heard rumors about in this part of the city. You guys kind of hide in this alleyway, use magic to keep yourselves well beyond reach, and talk during this time about Altapar and the situation, using Eros as bait. POCs that you two kind of have this kind of well in hand and see that maybe Eros doesn't need to be used as bait with what Mel has. Maybe we can not use her directly as bait, but do, just like, but get Mel well away from these things, so to speak. And they kind of head down below at the same time while the group is meeting into that spiral underground structure. And that horrid smell permeates all around you all. And while you guys come back together, you just find this death this on this kind of raised structure. Drow had arcane trains around an infant Tarask, something that maybe was already an undead beforehand. It was hard to tell. A squad of Lupin from the first house kind of engaged with them, and there was obviously a fight that broke out. They lost control of the beast. The beast was slain by one of the stronger Lupin, you guys could tell. And as you guys take time to investigate, the humanoids start to rise, the Drow and Lupin start to rise, and eventually the baby Trask, kind of undead, rise up. With Birdman using torches, and then you guys engaging in different ways to ensure these zombies don't rise up before they overwhelm you all. Take out the most of them, and during the havoc and chaos, Leandra escapes up into the city. And after the fight, Strike, Cotton, and Birdman with Rogar and Donovan figure out that she's going to go enjoy the festival, escaping all the horridness that's going on here. And you guys kind of split a little bit, with Birdman kind of offering his skills to go find her, and the rest of you Strike focusing on Adira's corpse, and then trying to communicate with the 10th house about the situation with Altapar through sending messages and things like that. Finding out that Shallow Butter has arrested, but Roxana kind of offered herself at the same time. During an investigation, it's obviously the Shallow Butter's part of the investigation looking for arrows at this point. So they travel through the city to meet with Pio after kind of discussing his relationship a little bit. Eros disguises herself as a squamata, and they talk to him about arranging meeting with Altopar sooner rather than later. It's kind of after the fact, but during all this, there's looking for Adira as well, and Adira is at this unmarked just tavern that, as best as Birdman could see, the 10th and 4th house binder lords were meeting at. So she drew attention, especially since you kind of came in the room, but your stealth skills were able to keep too much eye on you, and then everyone's kind of reconvening later on in the day. Is where we kind of left off to at least Strike, from what I remember, to meet with Pio's cleric to see if they can help with Adira, and then the rest of you left off with arranging that the next day Mel would push the idea of Altapar meeting her at her house, and you guys taking that opportunity to, as best as I understand, ambush him and finally stop his chaos. So we're gonna kind of pick up in the afternoon on the 17th day of light, leading into when Mel's arranging for that meeting. Since Jenny can't be here, I'm gonna give you guys a little more agency on how you want to handle that meeting with Altapar, where you want to meet him at, and then um, doing some sort of scene with Adira. That's why you guys are on this map. I imagined, we'd have some sort of like discussion about Adira and Pio and his cleric, sort of thing the day before, because the cleric would need a long rest at least to like prepare any spells. It's doubtful they have gentle repose just ready, you know. So, but um, we can pick up with that scene unless people have questions, or we can just kind of narrate what happens here and then jump to how you guys want to handle Altapar. I'll let you guys kind of discuss what you want to do here, whether it's sitting at the bar here with Pio or you guys just narrating that all these things happen. And I don't know, you guys have a lot of control over the time of when you want to do these things, is my point.
So it was just for clarification, it was the 1st and the 4th house binder lords at the unmarked tavern.
Yeah, where Birdman, Fan, Leander, yes, the 1st and the 4th.
But also representatives of the 12th house too. Yeah, because we saw people I saw at the like the God Butcher meetings and stuff too. Okay, that's not the 12th house. God Butcher were there too. They're not fans of us either.
Well, the God Butcher meeting wouldn't have been from the 12th house, but
no, yeah, that's
but someone you saw, yes, he saw a gold dragonborn that was at the meeting of the God Butchers was at that same tavern with the 1st and the 4th house binder lord. So rumors are spreading about you guys. You know that much of what happened at that meeting. It's the least
Porthos
that he
really doesn't like it.
Birdman, I thought you, to be more clear, I thought you could control when you wanted to jump in, since you and Leandra are kind of out in the city, but I pictured you would be coming to meet them here
I
and
don't know where we're
or
at. So I don't know if they said where they were gonna be at.
they said they were going to the 10th house. I think
Oh.
there's someone would have given you some sort of information about where this is at. Just because of what it means for young Adira.
I guess
So.
so. I don't know how long their meeting was, but it didn't take me super long to find her.
No, this is probably a couple hours later too. Like,
So I
you
would
know.
knock on the door, I guess, at some point.
And like I picture the kids are being babysat by Rogar or something, unless you guys say otherwise.
So this is same day.
This is a couple hours after what we dealt with last
Okay.
session, just because if Mel was here, we'd probably jump forward to the day where all those things are going and kind of talk to her. But I want you guys to you guys can have more narrative control of how you want to handle Altapar now, I guess. And like Mel will be more of a passive like driver of like, oh yeah, we'll arrange that. Or we could just move forward with still meeting him at the warehouse tomorrow morning. It's just at her apartment, I'm sorry, tomorrow morning.
Knock on the door of the bar at some point. I don't know how.
Outside the door, you are patted down by a giant green squamata man.
Did you take my shit?
Anything that's a weapon, he takes off of you.
Oh, I imagine Birdman's doing that thing where like he has to take a bunch of weapons off of him. He's like,
Looks at you.
knife,
Okay.
knife, sword, bow, knife.
It's like the
Bow.
dwarf from The Hobbit that
Yeah.
just the elves keep finding knives somewhere. It's like, how
It's
does
like
he
that-
have that knife there?
It's like that dude in Sinbad. Like they let him before they let him in the door, everybody else goes in. He's like, when they come out, he's still putting weapons on the table. The green
Alright.
Squad lets me in, I guess, after he takes all my weapons.
And I imagine Leander would still be with you.
And Donovan was with me too, I believe, last time.
Yeah, Donovan was with you too. So you come into a smaller bar kind of situation, with, you know, your party that you relatively recognize. Mel is sitting closest to you as you come in at this little like kind of booth. The rest of them are kind of at this main table on the opposite to the fire. You guys kind of come around. Leandra and Donovan kind of go sit with Mel off to the side, and you
Strike
see
just looks at Leandro like, we're gonna talk about this later.
Leandra doesn't look at you, but yes, feels your look definitely as she sits down.
I did
And Pio is sitting near the fire, warming his rump, as best as you could tell. And he waves at you drunkenly, Birdman, as you come in.
No, we go over and we dap the homies for sure.
And Cotton and such.
Dap the homies, we drop a business coin in the pocket as per the.
Cotton, Setch, Arrow, Strike, you guys are sitting around that main table. And simultaneously, almost, another Badger man comes in. Okay, what does Strike? What does Cotton do?
Well, Cotton, I'd imagine she ordered some milk drink with alcohol, maybe, to kind of drown his sorrows.
Respect.
Also to drink. Yeah. And I guess she's, well, I don't know, dipping her paw in it and, I don't know, being absent-mindedly and being kind of quiet, but still having an eye on Leandra. Well, not really, because she's kind of distracted right now, but I guess if she He's kind of just sitting at the table doing that, I guess.
Eros.
Was that clear? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Eris is gonna sitting next to you. Is gonna be looking up at the ceiling. Her feet are gonna be up on the table, and she's gonna have a sucker in her mouth that she pulls out as Birdman walks by. Oh, hi Birdman. Where have you been?
He just, oh my god. Business as usual.
Helping out hobos on the street.
No. And he points over at Strike, like with his hand over his beak, like, and then he points over at Leandra with his hand over his beak, like,
Helping hobos on the street.
she's so much
Well, I commend you, Birdman. You are an admirable man of birds.
admirable man of birds with the finger guns. What's up, sluts? I'm back. Pull out a chair and sit down next to Eros.
Rag's just having a drink and another and another.
Birdman points at that.
Yeah.
Those.
Rolls himself up a smoke, offers Pio one as well.
Since when did you smoke?
A while.
That's gross. Your fur's gonna stink.
He already smells like blood all the time.
Was just gonna say.
Sorry. Dang.
Hey, Sex, what do you smell like?
He lifts his arm up, smells himself. Not really like anything, really.
Shit. Ah!
Mm.
Maybe your Fey nose can't detect it. Cotton, sniff him. Sniff him good.
Smell like shit.
Cotton kind of leans over the table and really starts sniffing. And then because she's kind of drunk, I guess. No respect for your personal space.
Setch is gonna put his hand up and try and push the cat head away as best as he can.
Oh, if you've
Like,
learned anything
slowly.
about cats, you know that is impossible.
It's impossible. She's gonna just turn into a liquid and move around that hand.
Oh my god. Setch just sighs and fucking just goes with it.
You smell strange.
What do I smell like?
I don't know. Maybe fish soup?
Fish soup. Hey, Pio, does the cook here have like any type of beef stew or soup or something?
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah. He got in some, river crawdad things from the south. It's pretty old though.
Soup is soup.
As
Soup.
sorry, you go.
It just never gets old.
Yeah, we'll eat it.
As Cotton's going liquid in his hands, he's gonna quickly put his hand away so her head try hits the table or so it falls. And he gets up and slowly backs off to next to Mel next to another free seat.
Cotton
Being
is-
told he smells like soup.
Or there's another cat.
It's cats
I guess
everywhere.
Cotton is, like, on the table. And I don't know. Maybe it's accidentally spilling some drinks and then getting off the table.
Of course. The ring. Yeah, I don't know.
The ring?
One
What?
ring?
Did you say something?
Ring?
Well, you got something. Pio said you needed something. I wasn't sure if you had something, but if you got a ring,
No, no one ever liked it. I don't think they did anyway.
might need a little more than that. But um looks at the ring. Pio said you needed a hand with something. Ooh. Protecting bodies after they're dead can be a issue by the perspective of the stage courts. But Birdman knows this.
The stage court wants me hung from my tits, so I don't give a fuck or a shit what they want.
I did hear about that as well, so
I did hear about that as well. So
What's been going on?
well, nothing else beyond what I think you have all hinted at here. Nonetheless, if you want me and my house to get involved in this, and he looks over at Pio, and Pio has what his picture looks like. That sly little grin.
He's cute.
And he's like, we're gonna need some sort of compensation. You mentioned a ring. Is it worth anything?
What? Oh, I don't know. Shit. I was just saying shit.
Hmm. Some sort of compensation to keep sure we hold up our end of the deal. And to make sure, Snoop doesn't happen.
Snoop? Who's Snoop? Is that someone I should kill? What?
Snooping.
I
Oh.
will personally see to the not snooping then, and I'll look at PO for like confirmation.
Pio kind of shrugs. Like, if that's what you want to do, is kind of what the shrug says.
And I'll look back at him. It's like I'll take care of the snooping for a little bit, of course.
Well, nonetheless, we can't be going around making others assume that we do something special like this for free.
So, are you gonna name your price, or are you gonna keep edging us?
I want to see what you're going to offer first.
Yeah, I don't want to see someone not get their shit kicked in by a strike over here. So,
Oh, I think
I
Strike
just
knows
looks at
what
her
the-
like, no.
it's very simple. You just say what you want, and we'll negotiate from there.
Okay.
I mean, I could offer you a kick in the nuts to start off with, and we could just raise the price from that point.
165 gold. Ish.
Eros pulls out 2 gems that she got off of Terry and just quote unquote rolls them because they're gems and just rolls them across the table. Take it. That should be more than enough.
Damn it! Now I gotta look up those gems.
I was like, if those aren't enough, I think I still have those 3 gems. Too.
So that should
No,
be-
you have 2
I
gems.
have like
We
40
used
gold.
one already.
We use one to bribe the cops.
True. We love bribing cops around here.
The problem when I play 2 games is I can't remember.
That's a sentence you can only say in D&D that makes sense.
I know.
Remember that time we bribed the cops because our cat broke into jail? That was a time.
That was fun.
That's a perfect example of D&D logic.
Sorry, we never went to Gemstar to get these things appraised.
No, you did not. Okay. I can't find it, so here's what we're gonna do. That it?
That it?
Couple gemstones, yeah. I'm just joshing ya. Just kidding. It's all good.
A spark of
He looks at all of us like, we will kick your ass.
like a spark of pink flashes through Eros's eyes for a brief moment as she just stares at him.
Drax
He
Troll
stares
also growing
back slightly
increasingly more
uncomfortable.
irritated. Drax growing increasingly more irritated at the situation, and you can feel it.
Well, I can meet with you tomorrow morning. I need time to what's the word I'm looking for? Prepare spells.
Okay. If her ass rises from the dead before then, we're taking that back. Or I'm breaking your legs. Or Strike's breaking your legs. I don't care.
Well, why don't you just hold on to that until tomorrow morning then?
Uh-huh.
Roll me an Arcana check.
First roll of the night. And it's shit.
Yeah, he gets up and he will meet you sometime tomorrow morning. Do you designate a specific spot, or do you just let him figure that out?
I mean, we're not going anywhere. Eros
So
hasn't
just
planned
come
to.
back here. Okay, so just come back here. Alrighty.
And the tavern explodes.
The tavern explodes. Okay, so is there anything you guys do with the rest of your day? And how do you want to arrange with Mel to set up Altapar?
Cotton is going to take a nap because she's drunk. So she's not going to do anything. She's just going to coil up and sleep for a while. After that, I don't know.
Drax gonna have words.
Eris is waiting for that messenger to come back from Musellos.
Forgot what your check was last.
No idea. I didn't even know I had to roll a check or some shit.
I don't even know what I ate an hour ago.
Food? That's a good assumption.
Maybe it was food.
No, I didn't even do
Super
a check.
Okay, we'll say an hour or so later, as you guys are just chilling, and Cotton takes a little nap on one of the bar stools. The messenger comes back, this little Putori, and Musella was not finished. You cannot rush perfection, is what he says.
Well, I didn't want him to rush anyway, so as long as I know he's not finished. Some days anyway. Thanks, little Patori person, wherever you are.
He's already gone.
At some point during the day, could I leave and try and find a magical tattoo artist, or like one that the 10th house got connections with?
Decided to get some tats, bro.
There's claw tattoo would be
Tribal
sick.
tat.
What tattoo are you looking for?
Well, I don't really know the tattoo system too well, or the magical one. I was wondering if I could get a permanent level 1 spell tattoo that I could use like once a day or something, if that's like possible. And how much that would cost me if Setch would know.
2,000 platinum.
It's only
That's pretty expensive for level 1
it's
spell.
only like a lot of gold. Let me bring up a document I'm searching for.
Yeah, so I thought of getting this tattoo. It's gonna be a heart with an arrow through it, and it's gonna say "mom" on it. So original,
I'm gonna
right?
get a clock with a lion and a flower next to it. So original.
Gonna get a picture depicting me killing that prostitute last night with vivid detail and exact descriptions of what time it was, where it happened, any potential witnesses that could have corroborated that I did indeed murder that prostitute.
I imagine Setch has good taste in tattoos like me.
This one is a bee getting drunk off of milk. It's clever, you know.
I mean, look, if a fucking cat can get drunk off milk, how come a bee can't?
Yeah, but the milk had booze in it.
Yeah, but it's a bee. So checkmate.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
Um,
What about the bee that married, like, stole that woman from her husband in that movie?
You mean
The bee movie?
Yeah.
Fucking B
Harry
movie.
the greatest, most well-known meme to ever exist?
You like jazz?
Yeah.
God,
That bee
According
could
to
be
all known laws of aviation, bees should not be able to fly.
even though that's bullshit. Bees clearly fly because they don't follow our rules of aviation.
Those are words.
Yeah.
Listen, motherfucker, you don't doubt that bees can fly. Stop being a douche. Stop being stupid.
okay. Roll me such a investigation check
Could
or
I
persuasion.
could I get advantage? Because if I'm using the 10th house channels, if possible, or is that not like a thing?
Yes, that's fine.
Dumb.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, that's a 18.
Oobidabop.
That's
What
a
was that
specific
laugh?
number.
Yeah. What's with the laugh? Wait,
Uh,
you gonna
that-
laugh to 29?
It's a funny
Uh,
number. You don't get it.
Am I just gonna get fucking butchered by some cunt that's like tattooing me? He just does the worst job ever.
No, I was just laughing the other day. I rolled this when Jenny was in chat, and she's like, "I'm just gonna go to bed because I don't want to understand why it's a D37." Just reminded me of that. What?
Clearly, your mortal comprehensions cannot even
Okay.
begin to understand.
Eldritch dies.
The future is D37.
That's fucking funny. Okay. All right. Well, I was rolling to determine what house and race it might be connected to. Um, for that idea. And the random dice roll gives us a Putori. Um so
My homies.
this is what you find. Okay. This hmm. All right, the name that comes to mind just immediately, and I'm just gonna roll with it, is his name is Sheen. Um, just Sheen. And
Not Sean, Sheen.
Sheen, yes. And he does a lot of the tattoo work for the 10th house. Their simple branding system, more or less, to like who's associated with who kind of thing. He does do magical tattoos. Yes, but magical tattoos are kind of expensive. Is the
How
general gist you're looking for.
how
The
expensive for a level 1? Just a level 1 spell tattoo. I'm guessing it's permanent because it's a tattoo.
so this is like, hey, I get an extra spell slot, or I get a certain level 1 spell.
I can get spell slots tattooed on me?
That would be more expensive than like a specific spell.
Oh, okay. No,
Um,
I want a specific spell. A
so
specific level 1 spell.
okay. What spell?
Find familiar.
He's gonna make a cat.
Okay. Okay.
A bird
Um,
cat badger hybrid.
my brain is like trying to equivocate things on this other document I've
You're good.
used.
You're good.
So I'm trying to figure out what would make the most sense with that, and I think that does make the most sense. So
I
let me
have
look at that.
754 gold. So if it's
Okay.
within that price range,
Um.
Ugh, pay gaps.
I don't want to be that fucking guy that walks in and be like, oh, so how much is that? How much is that going to cost? But
Okay. So he explains how he recently did a tattoo for someone that asked for another kind of specific kind of magic to have them go through. And he is it really that expensive? That's interesting.
Yes.
Uh
Pump
no, is
that.
it like just like some of these things I'm like my brain they don't really 100% make sense. I guess it's the size of it too that has to do with it nonetheless. It's about the size of it and where it goes to is kind of goes into the price as well of like how difficult it is. Um
In a forearm, that shouldn't be too difficult, right? I feel like that's like
okay, so relatively small.
yeah. In a forearm
Uh
is like your virgin tattoo, I think.
Yeah, and then like how intricate you want it to be too is also part of it as well. Like considering that this is using magic to do that. He okay. He talks about how he gave someone the ability to it was a larger um not somewhat larger, but it was a more complicated spell than what you're sort of asking for. Is he helps someone with kind of the equivalent of like invisibility, have this shadow that they can like activate to give them invisibility. And so he's like, okay, if we bind it to the right creature from the demi plane you're summoning it from, he could see how he could do that. He would definitely need your help with that because he's
Yeah.
magically inclined, but he's not like a
And
sorcerer.
yeah, and I
Exactly.
think it's a Fae that it gets bind to or whatever. So
Yeah. They're
I
calling
know a
from the
little bit
Feywild.
about them. Yeah.
So he's like, okay, that invisibility is a much more powerful spell than this is, as his understanding goes. So he's thinking he starts off at 1,000 gold.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's thinking. And that would include the ink as well, as best as he could come up with. And um he's thinking you would need some sort of more magically inclined ink for this, but it doesn't necessarily have to be, kind of thing. So
Does the price get cut down because I'm helping him do this spell, or is it just baseline 1K?
you could roll a persuasion check.
Ooh, 23. Let's go.
Nice. Um
Since I'm putting in the legwork of the magic in there, and that's costing me, is how I like relay it to him.
okay. He nods and looks at some things, and then he's like, so it takes your arm out and starts to look at your arm, and
Gives it away.
he starts snips it, yes. Like starts to like kind of sketch out with like some simple like washable ink on your arm, kind of the idea. And I'm gonna
Why are
give
you drawing a dick butt on my arm, dude?
okay. Um he looks at it and he's like, well, I guess in the simplest terms, we could simplify some of these movements here. And he
Also,
uses
do I know if I have pay coming in from PO for doing these tasks as well? Or is that
probably
just
after Eldabar is dealt with, yeah.
yeah.
Um
Did I ask him if I could do a pay half now, then pay half like in 2 days or something?
he seems agreeable to that situation. He goes down to simplifying things, going away from like the fancy ink he really wanted to use.
Yeah,
He's like, okay, we could like 800 gold. He thinks would make sense.
yeah. I'll give him 400 in a bag and say to him, look, I'll don't have that much money on me right now, but I got money coming in within the next couple of days, so I'll get that to you when I can.
Squints his eyes at you, but nods and is like, okay, okay.
I'm good for it. You can trust that.
Well, he he says it shouldn't take me more than an hour or two tops.
Jesus, this must be a really simple tattoo.
And to
Actually, could he? So say I get that simple like snake tattoo. Later on, could he just like go over it with like normal ink, or that just like destroy the enchantment, or is that not how that works? Make it look better.
the mechanics I'm using, your arm has room for up to 3 small tattoos or 1 small and a medium tattoo.
Yeah.
So you can kind of manipulate those things together.
Yeah.
Cost. Okay. He's gonna roll a check. That's pretty good. And it's interesting. That's cool. Okay. And would you like to describe what this looks like? And I imagine you're like during the hour plus 2 hours he's doing this, you're doing the ritual of find familiar multiple times to like imbue the words into the anchor, and he's like
I don't
adding
have the
in lines.
spell. That's why I want the tattoo. I should have maybe clarified that. I don't have the spell, but that's why I want the tattoo so I can like cast it like we'll say once per day or something. Like a magical item, I guess, or something.
Okay. Uh,
Level 1 spells shouldn't be too hard to find.
we'll say about 100 gold of the 400 you gave him was for him buying a spell scroll of it to.
And I could probably read that spell scroll.
Yeah,
too
you
easy.
can read it. He can't. But he
Yeah.
would be able to get the hookup, I guess.
Yeah,
And
too easy.
then okay. All right. Would you like to describe anything about what this looks like? It's probably simple black,
Yeah.
maybe red ink, as those are usually the cheapest.
Nah, just full black, I reckon. Just full black to keep the price down. But the tattoo looks like a snake eating its own tail, like the Ouroboros symbol, and it's in like an infinity, I guess. So it's like bending itself into infinity symbol as it's eating its own tail, and it's like fangs are showing, and looks like really aggressive.
It's also tripping out on snake nip.
Okay, Ouroboros tattoo, find familiar. Okay. Do you have a specific familiar in mind?
A snake,
Sneaky.
a black shadowy snake, with like its belly is like white.
Needs to be.
And he has very menacing eyebrows.
He does, and he's wearing an eye patch.
His name is Snake.
He's distinguished.
Well, I can get you a sheet of a snake that makes sense. I'll leave the image to you.
Yeah, all good. Too easy. I don't even think he can attack really. I think it's just like for like scouting purposes or like to have like a
Yeah.
buddy when he's doing something.
They can help people. They can use the help action.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
You want to help me perform complicated heart surgery?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a. I don't know. We're playing in a cyberpunk game, but I have this Gith he's a druid, and druids can now use wild shape to cast summon familiar. Find familiar. So I don't know. After much discussion, I'm gonna have he's gonna be based upon a fox, but he's totally gonna be a chihuahua. That my cat carries
Lord.
around. I think it's hilarious. Okay, so you have a snake sheet.
Yeah.
That you can manipulate for your familiar now. That's cool. Very cool. So that's just arranging that and setting that up. That's probably most of the rest of your day. Until and then the tattoo by mechanics until you take this long rest, you wouldn't be able to use the tattoo
Yeah,
anyways.
fair enough.
So any of the rest of you have anything you do for the rest of this day, or and also my other question of Altivar still kind of is up in the air there.
Okay.
Can't say anything like this. I know that Cotton is probably not thinking about that right now, but is there any chance that Hunterman has closed the deal? Sort of.
He said he needed a couple days. It's only been like a day.
Yeah, okay. Well then, Cotton should probably just after she took her alcohol nap, she is going to stay with the kids and see if she can do anything for them. Maybe keep them off.
Keep him off them drugs and
Yeah.
streets.
Of some drugs. Yeah, no, no. No, I don't know. She's just going to, I guess, try to cheer them up or something. Maybe.
Roll me a sanity check at least.
Mm-hmm. I roll. I roll a d4. No, wait, it's sanity check, right?
Sanity save. Yeah, just click under save where sanity is.
Yeah. My sheet is loading. Wait.
Come on. 2.
Nice.
Did it roll?
It did. Cotton gains 4 sanity this day hanging out with the kids. What do you do with the kids?
What do I do? Maybe
And I'm gonna say each of the kids gain half of that.
it's great. I think we are going to. Is this the Blood Festival? Is it still happening?
Oh,
I'm not
Yes.
sure.
Yes, it goes on for a week, which is 10 days in this world. And this is only the second day of it.
Okay, then the kids in Cotton are going to check out the Blood Festival, and I assume that the shops are closed, but they're still going to, I guess, walk through the streets and go window shopping, I guess, and maybe. Cotton probably wouldn't steal anything, but she's going to, I guess, maybe promise them to get them something once the festival's over, and I don't know. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Just hanging out in the city, I guess.
Writing a note down. There would be simple, souvenir, touristy kind of shops open, but a lot of the places are closed just because it's a lot to go on during this time, and even the people in the shops need kind of the resources that happen from the Blood Festival to keep their own shops going.
So maybe she would buy them some knickknacks if they wanted to. From the souvenir shop. I don't know.
What
What
would
sort
they
of
get as knickknacks?
Yeah, I'm thinking. We should roll Is there a knick-knack list?
Ooh, there's a trinket list in the player's handbook. Hold on.
Why do all these trinkets come with a complimentary piece of catnip?
Hmm.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, yeah, drug vendor. Let's go. Cotton wakes up in a fucking dumpster.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck?
Just fucking
What
fed it out of
kid?
his mind.
There's
How
just
did I get here?
there's a Lupin detective who goes around town. They call him McRuff.
Okay.
Oh my
I want everyone to roll me a D100
His name's
for the weird knickknacks that they win at the festival
Yeah.
throughout the day.
He goes
The
around
weird trinkets.
finding.
I really want someone to roll a 1, but if it doesn't happen, it's okay. Okay, no one rolled a 1. That's
That
sad.
still
But
has
that's,
a hold. Setch, roll.
Setch, roll a 1.
I'm not there.
Do it.
Let's still roll a D100.
anyway.
It's for the kids.
It's for the kids, man.
Hold on, man.
Nah,
Jeez.
fuck the kids.
Come on, it's for the kids.
Wow.
Wait, don't fuck the kids. That's illegal.
Okay, it's not a
I'm just
1, but
good.
still.
Wait, that's illegal.
But still. Okay, 74. You can decide which kid got this. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
A fan that, when unfolded, shows a sleeping cat.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay.
That's Leondra's gift.
57. An indecipherable treasure map.
That leads to catnip.
That's for a deer.
She'll never find what's
Okay,
there.
so, okay. I'm gonna type these in. Fan with sleeping cat. Indecipherable map. And then, okay, that was 57. 84. A receipt of deposit at a bank in a far-flung city.
For catnip.
They won that?
For catnip. A receipt for catnip.
That's for Roga.
Fucking hell.
That's for Cotton. Oh, whoops, sorry, that's not a that's mine.
I love it.
When hey, Cotton's that's just in the underbelly. He can cook up with that good shit.
Okay. And then we're gonna make this a little creepier, but that's okay. A lapid's foot, which is a rabbit person's foot.
Catnip.
Okay. That's 59.
Donovan, maybe?
Yeah. Okay.
Donovan.
Okay. And then 97. A tiny mechanical spider that moves about when it's not being observed.
And dispenses catnip.
Wait, what? That shit's
That's
creepy as
fucked
fuck. No.
The
mean, they
spider
already-
that-
Sorry, gift. No, wait. The receipt is mine, so Roga gets the spider.
These are the weird things that they win. You know, obviously a drow made the spider, so
I mean, but wait, if it moves
That's
but
just
not
cruel.
observed, how can you ever find it?
I'll leave you to figure that out.
But what would a 1 have been?
That's for you to find out.
That is for you to find out next time we go to a carnival.
A
No,
literal,
no.
a literal bag of catnip.
Okay,
Drugs.
so the kids get those things throughout the day. Some of them are more impressed than others.
It's just that bag.
Donovan's very proud of his rabbit's foot. Okay. And
And Roger's just like, what am I supposed to do with this?
you know, you never know. You never know. What does Althea get again?
She got the map.
She got the
Indecipherable.
indecipherable map. Okay. All right. What do the rest of you do with your day, or do we just go to long rest?
I can't do much. I'm gonna get caught. So I guess I'm gonna stay here and drink.
Stay there and drink.
The dream.
We stay here and drink. Let's
Drink
go.
till the cows freeze over.
While drinking, Eros would say,
Eros isn't allowed to drink.
God damn it, Eris will drink if she feels like it. She will say, you don't really have to think too much about ambushing someone. I could literally just cast silence and we could just wait on the roof. Yeah, that'd be pretty easy.
Wait on the roof? That'd be pretty easy.
That would be easy.
That would be easy.
Well, I think we should break up into 2 teams. 3 people deal with the mage, including me and Mel, because we'll probably be in the house, and the rest of you deal with his goons, because from what I hear, and of course he would probably have some thugs with him. So
Birdman looks at you hella confused and says, I could just cast silence and we stand on the roof.
And then
yeah, but they're not going to let us kill his boss when they hear him scream.
I mean,
like you look through the
Let us
window.
kill the boss.
Right to stop us and simply suffer the same fate.
look, if you want to take him from the front while we take him from behind, that's fine.
Well, that's the thing. I was thinking, you, Mel, and I will be in the house, and you can be the bait. So when he walks in, he doesn't suspect anything, and then we all jump him at once, and the people at the front of the house jump his goons.
Or I could not be in the house, and Mel just invites him in, and then we immediately jump him once he's in through the doors. Fuck the pretenses. We're
Yeah,
talking
but we
about a
also need
man
to-
who would. I need you to understand. This man literally threw a fireball in the middle of our street and blew up 2 houses, as well as part of our landlord's house, who is now dead. Not related, but probably also related.
Probably also related.
And then ran
Yeah,
like a
but-
coward and cried to his higher-ups when things got out of hand for him.
So if he sees me, I wouldn't be surprised if he just casts, I don't know, a spell I've heard of, lightning bolt, directly at me, and doesn't care who else gets caught in the crossfire.
May I ask you a question?
Hit me.
You're somewhat of a mage yourself, are you not?
Indeed.
Are there not methods to stop other mages from casting their spells?
I
Can you
have
do
such
such a
methods. I have such methods. Most of my skills are in fact to deal with magic users.
That
Well,
simplifies things.
Silence is a good start. Some spells require verbal components.
Yeah. I don't need that. But the caveat to that is we kind of need to talk to him a little bit because we need some information from him.
What information do we need?
Well, that's for Pierre to decide what information we need from this guy. But we can't kill him straight away.
Eros leans, does that backward lean as she looks at Pio upside down. What is it that you would have needed?
Birdman does the same thing.
What do you want from him?
That's what 98 says. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
If you were to roll 98, it says a glass jar containing lard with a label that reads Griffin grease.
Why?
I'm gonna be honest. I read that as a Griffin grilled cheese.
I didn't even say that. There's not even the word
Stupid.
cheese in it.
This is my new favorite random
Griffin
thing. I love it.
I mean,
Okay, well, Pio
is it Griffin
is sitting there just he's smoking on a pipe,
eating a Griffin grilled cheese?
eating a Griffin grilled cheeseburger that he ordered from the dwarves out of the city to the north. And he's like, well, I need to know who is trying to flip him. He and I used to be thick as thieves, and stuff switched. I only can presume it's because of his wife, so we either need her or him or someone to understand who's paying them. Like Mel, he's getting money from somewhere, and it's not me, or he's stealing from me, and I'm not aware of it.
Time Theo is talking, like while he's talking to Birdman, copying such, like because he's doing the same thing that Eros is doing. He's kind of like looking back in the chair. He's keeps saying, "Hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me," like like gesturing at the hit me, like Steve Buscemi in The Great Lebowski, when he just says, "I am the walrus." Like 40 times.
Is this the first Aussie accent he's ever copied?
Hit me, hit me, hit me.
I mean, it's always a first when he copies.
You're not wrong.
Eris would respond, well, you could probably cross his wife off the table. He literally paid us to have her killed.
Yeah, but I've gotten no confirmation she's actually dead yet.
Well, we kind of didn't kill her, and then she came back in the city and escaped somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, so
And
she
she
very
came
well
back
could be dead already.
Could
Then
be.
she came back again, and well, we have this bullshit going on.
Could be, but he really hates her for what she has been doing politically, so I think we're looking at somebody else possibly flipping him. Has there been... Well, you didn't even know about the job that he originally hired us for. So
Well,
maybe
Well,
he has been hiding things from you in terms of stealing cash.
Is his wife the type of person he would want to kill instantly?
ow,
And I'll look at Pio. Like, you know him better than anyone else would.
hit me.
Or would he want to take him to his own place and do the deed?
They were close for a while.
Because I think he wanted to... am I remembering this right? I think he wanted... From what Mel told us, I think he wanted to ask her questions, like Eros questions first, and then kill her.
Mel would speak up and basically say he implied torturing Eros to get answers out of her for her wife, for his wife, basically.
He thinks he could torture me and get answers. Unless he has the detect thought spell, he's not getting shit.
Yeah, see, Eros, you're fine. You can be in the same room as him.
Nah, I'd kick him in the dick.
Well, you can do that while we're trying to get information from him. That actually might help a lot. Because I have my methods, but I think you've got more grab with him than I do, so it'll come from the heart.
Oh, there's a lot of clout right now. I got like clouds of clout with that motherfucker.
So I'm thinking.
Looks at you confused. I don't think you're using that word right.
So I'm thinking my plan might work. So we have you, Mel, and me in the house. I'll be hiding in a different room, and when the time comes, I'll jump out and negate all of his magic that he needs to do, and we'll beat the shit out of him.
Hit me.
Right, but if he attacks me off tops, it's your balls. Got it?
Oh, you can have my utmost faith that
Balls. It's your
it won't
balls.
happen. And he has no way of turning down my magical ability either, which is why I'm pretty much his worst nightmare when it comes to.
It's your balls.
I mean, that's cool and all. I'm just saying, sometimes people can be a little bit faster when they come.
Well, you won't have to worry because I'll be there, and also Mel will be there as well. And if he's a caster like me, I don't imagine he'd be very hardy.
Oh, he's not. Drake almost got him.
Birdman with you. Hello? Fuck.
Well, you're implied.
He points and says, "It's your balls."
What are you doing with what's the plan with the kids, I guess?
I've just been laughing at Birdman this entire time.
Plan with the kids. No one. I mean,
Is like I
I feel like they could
are
just.
they with you or are they staying somewhere? Because you don't really have a safe spot anymore.
They can't stay here.
You haven't asked Pio that question.
They could stay in the bar, or they could stay at my place. As long as they don't fuck it up.
Well, if anyone's staying with someone, then I need a favor. Lots of shit happened, and there's a chest in my room that has like a shit ton of gold in it that I'm gonna need. Fuck it, I'll just go get it myself. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Where we're gonna keep the kids.
There's a shitload of gold.
Oh, just let them just let them sleep in a bar. They'll get used to it.
It's not.
Sleeping in bars is like the second best thing you could ever do.
Dread to ask, what would be the first best thing?
Fucking.
Bingo.
Right.
I love it. Okay. Well, I imagine Cotton sometime later on in the day would probably get a message from a Putori to bring the kids to the bar in the Beast Crown, that they'll have the upper room to themselves, and Pio with his 10th house friends will watch over them while you guys go take care of Altapar in the morning. Most of this in Thieves' Cant, I imagine. And then
using the disguise spell, disguise self spell, Eros goes back home and grabs her chest, Terry's chest, which is now her chest, and brings it back.
What about all the money in the walls?
We'll get that later. No one can find that one.
Okay.
You can get the crackhead money later.
My crackhead money.
You guys have crackhead money?
Yes,
Oh yeah.
yeah, crackhead money.
Oh yeah.
Lots of bracket money.
I plead the fifth.
You don't have a Birdman and not have crackhead money.
Birdman is Better Call Saul, if you haven't got it yet. He's a very crooked lawyer.
Yeah.
I mean, his official title is Attorney at Crime.
Yeah, true.
I
Not
love it.
of crime, at crime.
Well, is there anything else you guys do before your long rest?
Yeah, I'm counting this chest. I'm counting what's in it. I need to know how big is my chest.
There are double D's.
That's a lot of chest.
Apparently, he was obsessed with the alphabet. He has 2 giant D's in this.
Obsessed with the alphabet.
Do I remember what this was? Did I create this? That's the third question.
Did you give me something you didn't even create?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
I mean, the last time we did that, it took us 20 levels to do it. So be grateful.
Oh yeah, this entire thing I centered the campaign around. Yeah, let me just figure that out real quick.
Yeah.
That's not what this is.
Wait, you guys actually got the MacGuffin? Oh shit.
Wait, somebody wished all of your MacGuffins out of existence? Wait, you guys wished more MacGuffins into existence? No way. Hold on.
Wait, you created a gun that can talk to you? What?
Out of the thing that's supposed to not be there? What happened to all the other things that aren't supposed to be there? I have some writing to do. I love when Seth says, I have some writing to do.
You know shit's gonna go down.
Yeah, I know. Says, I have some writing to do.
Your guys were almost at that point. My brain is.
Wait, why is there some crackheaded dragon man at the center of all of this?
I have some writing to do.
Because I can't remember what session he died in.
Who died in?
Terry.
That's what you're
Shit.
talking about.
11? 12?
No, because it was before. No, it was the session Mel came in, so session 10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Mel was introduced to the absolute chaos of the party.
That's why you don't join, you know, when
Mel,
they're drinking.
at least Setch came in like when we were kind of like chill. Mel just got like the full brunt of like what we're capable.
You don't
Most
enter.
pandemonium.
You don't enter during the bar scene.
We just came like, oh, our landlord's dead. Fuck our landlord.
Jesus Christ.
Bourbon fucking
Oh, shit.
celebrating.
Picking
Scoop
him up.
everywhere.
Okay, well, we're gonna just create it because I've looked through things and I obviously didn't create it yet because I didn't think he would bring it up.
You think I'm not gonna bring up cash? Fuck.
Roll me a D100 while I grab my
Roll one.
dungeon thing.
Nope. No one.
Fuck.
But this one is pterodactyl grilled cheese.
Mmm,
Well,
lecker.
Pterodactyl grilled cheese?
super lecker.
Bro, those things are extinct. How'd you get that?
Oh, you know, necromancy.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
Oh, you know, magic.
Okay.
Like, you know how there's a god that just made like
13.
undead rise all the time? Yeah.
We don't know.
Dude, I want undead dinosaurs now.
Just throw a
No.
zombie T-Rex at us.
You should play Wizards of the Coast sick module 2 of Annihilation.
Not sponsored by Wizard of the Coast at all.
Oh yeah, set the current party into the tomb.
Nah, we should all just like trip and fall through a dimensional rift in time and space and end up in a cyberpunk universe.
We are sponsored.
I don't know, like, I think the characters would like go insane if that happened. Like, imagine you're just some fucking crook in this city, and then you wake up and you see a flat screen TV. Like, what the fuck? I don't know.
What the hell is that?
See a portal, get grabbed by a shadowy limb, get snatched away from your time. You know, it happens.
Why are these
I
carts
mean-
moving by themselves?
It would be
Why are there no horses attached to them?
Okay, Terry's chest is complete.
Mhm.
What the? You guys should be paying for my tattoo. What the fuck?
Hmm.
All right, 10 gold piece gems is easily what they're worth. They're not very big, easily. He's got a lot of copper in there because that's what people seem to pay for. He's not, pay with. And then a good chunk of silver, and then a somewhat decent chunk of gold, as well in there.
Okay.
You got
Arrows.
you guys are Sorry, you go.
Eris takes the 10 gems and all of the copper, bags them, and goes over to Birdman and just tucks the bags into his cloak.
Yeah.
She then takes the silver and
Oh, the
divides it-
copper. What?
She then takes the silver and divides it. Oh, calculators on this part of the screen. Gotcha. Divides all of that by 4. That's multiplication. That's not what I want to do.
Just gave me a fucking. Just gave me a bag with 1,900 pennies in it.
Yes. Crackhead money.
Yes. I'm gonna kill somebody with that one of these days.
You can buy a lot of food with it.
I'm gonna kill somebody with
It's like the Final Fantasy ability where you could shoot gill at people. You like
Yeah.
Put
throw
in
a
this
coin.
fucking whack someone.
Someone needs to get improvised weapon proficiency so you can throw pennies at people.
I'm gonna for real.
The Tavern Ball feed, I do it.
There's gonna be a Breaking Bad scene one day where it's just me, no weapons, and this bag of copper just blah, blah, blah.
Fucking
Then-
Katniss Everdeening copper coins using your bow.
And then
It's gonna be a
Shrek,
situation
the
much like the
bird,
one I'm in now, where I have no weapons on me. At all.
me, and Cotton, the original 4, will get 225
Oh.
silver and 30 gold.
Yeah.
You said 225 silver.
And 30 gold for the
30
original
gold.
cast.
All right, and I will be adding 1,900 copper to my inventory.
It's a good thing you have your suitcase of holding.
My suitcase of holding, yeah. Oh, yeah.
As
I'm pretty sure Setch has seen it by now. Yeah, I'm carrying like a.
That's
like,
what that is?
like
I
a-
thought that was just like
Yep, it's a bag of holding.
It's a bag of
I thought
holding,
that
but
was
it's just a suitcase.
I thought it was just like some fucking blank papers and you pretend it's like, oh yeah, this is like the evidence I have against you, asshole. You put
no.
your crime sheet.
You probably see me open it up and then and pull random shit out of it.
I love it. I love it.
and
All right.
man has 8, 10 gold piece gems that he can also swing at people.
Nah, I'm gonna fuck people up.
Okay.
Like nunchucks.
I love it. Is that all we're doing with this evening?
I'm gonna piss in this chest and then throw it outside.
Okay. It's in the chest and throw it outside.
Bag of-
Roll a dexterity check for that.
I totally will too.
If you want to, I'm not gonna make you. If you want to see how cool it is, cool.
That is like, please don't.
Booyah. It's not cool at all.
And like your hand gets stuck in the handle, and it like you like almost knock yourself older as you get stuck on your hand, and you like angrily hit it against the wall, and then like it hits back, and like.
It's like you super glued it to your hand.
It's got this. It was meant for a mouse to carry, not a grown ass woman. Fuck.
Can I throw it? Can I pick it up and throw it as far as I can?
Sure.
Piss on it. That's gross.
I don't give a shit.
It's just like right. She just drops it right outside the door.
Regular ass dexterity check.
Do it.
Sick. Pick it up and throw it like a hammer.
It just hits some random rat walking by.
Yes. Further reducing my chances of ever coming clean with the fourth house. Shit.
That's never gonna happen. Come
You
on.
kill one guy, okay? You kill one dude.
And all of a sudden, everybody thinks you're a
was-
murderer.
It was not one dude. It was like 4. It's been like
Well, it was 1 and then 4.
Attack us. Come on. For self-defense, man.
you kill one guy, and suddenly everybody thinks you're the worst.
Oh, so what? You're telling me I can't do money laundering to tank the whole stock market?
I do that anyway. Like crackhead money.
Oh, guys, that's exactly what we should do next. We should just tank the stock market.
That's probably why Pio gives me a job.
Wait,
Like,
is there even a stock market? We should make a stock market and then crash it right afterwards.
Okay. Well, you guys find rest where you may and are meeting up at Mel's apartment early in the morning before the meeting.